Hello, Saturday. I need coffee. Hi guys, it is Martha of K&R Styles, and sorry, hair's wet. Um, just got out of the shower, got ready for my day. Finished up my coffee and breakfast a long time ago. It's been a hectic morning already, just thinking about everything that I have to do today. Takes me a little longer to get kind of started and everything, so like, ooh, it's almost 11 o'clock. So yeah, I'm getting a really late start. Really need to get everything going today, but anyhow, a lot's been going on since my last video. I had a uh-oh, well, I broke my watch somehow. I had a stroke in February, at the beginning of February, um, February 2nd to be exact. So, just a lot going on there. I just finally got to the point where I can kind of raise both eyebrows at the same time, and kind of well, almost individually. It's kind of just, um, just a lot happening. But when I had my stroke, I really didn't know or wasn't sure if that's what was happening. The last thing that I remember being normal was getting out of my car and going into the convenience store just up the road from where I work to pick up my water bottles, because I always purchase some water bottles, and I purchased several just so I have one in case a student asks for one. And I get me a fountain drink, and that's my pretty much my caffeine for the day. And then I will go to work. And I remember standing in line, and suddenly everything was like really, really heavy. I almost dropped everything on the floor, and I kind of shuffled everything around and thought, well, that's just kind of odd. And when I got to work, I couldn't get out of the car. It took me a couple of tries to kind of rock myself and pull myself up out of the car. I walked into the building. Everything seemed kind of weird, but not something that I would unexpect. I'm thinking, oh, it's just, arthritis acting up. I'm just not feeling well. And by the time I got to duty, I realized that my right side was feeling very heavy, like they had weights hanging off of them. And I just went to my assistant principal and told her, I said, I think I'm having a stroke. Just getting to the hospital quickly and everything, and them being able to give me something to kind of break things up helped tremendously. They thought at first that it was just a minor TIA, but unlike most TIAs where you quickly regain back maybe movement or strength after a TIA, mine lingered, and really a lot of things kind of lingered. It took me 2 weeks of rehab to build up enough strength so that I could actually press the gas pedal on my car, and be able to stand without assistance. So, just it was just a lot going on. I was really concerned when it came to the sewing and things that I did. So that was something that I really had to work on. I had to find ways, because immediately my left side wanted to take up for my right, which I'm right-handed. So a lot of things flipped in my brain. So instead of using my right hand for things, my left hand would do it. And of course, because I'm predominantly right-handed, I was very clumsy with my left hand, and it was frustrating because I'm struggling, like tying knots, trying to when I would weave my ends in, if I serged something, things like that. It was just really frustrating for me, but it got better. Still have a little vision issues, that too much of the computer screen, I can't handle it. Things start to become really blurry. I do have dim vision on my right side, so things are a lot darker. It's kind of a shadow now over it, and it has when I start getting very tired, it'll start kind of moving. I could be staring at a stationary object and the object starts to move, kind of flip. So that was some things that I was kind of left with. So still working at things, still trying to get things going, taking a step back, because up until just recently, I was trying to really do too much. So now I'm kind of taking a step back and slowing down a bit, as far as working on all of my other sites that are connected to this one. I had originally wanted to launch K&R Expressions and start really working on producing more of my adult shirts myself instead of sending those out. But now is not the time for me to do that. So I'm kind of slowing down, focusing on one, building it up where I wanted it to be, because I was really wanting to do a lot of changes. And I started implementing some of those changes where we are actually producing a lot of our own shirts, as far as for embroidery and for sublimation and things of that nature. So that was a big step for me, finding ways that we could do that without having to rely on outsourcing or having a middleman. So anyways, I like the idea that I can control what I'm doing and control the design. So that's a plus. So I'll probably have a video coming up where I assemble the shirts and things like that. I'm not going to do that today. Today I have a lot of things that I have to do around the house, and I'm working on a few new designs. So I don't know, I may get to some shirts. You never know, because I've got to make one for my granddaughter. So I may get to a shirt today. I don't know. It just depends on if I get everything else done. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But anyways, time to get busy. Hi guys. So I'm going to be cutting out some fabric and sewing some t-shirts. I have a good bit of fabric that I'm planning to use to make shirts for the grands and their cousin. So I'm gonna have fun, cut out shirts, sew, put them together, and pretty much gonna be my day. I still have a lot of organizing to do. Sat down and started looking at what I want to do as far as my business is concerned. Still so much to do, because I'm planning on switching a lot of things over as far as what I'm doing, what I'm selling, and how I'm selling it, just because things really need to be fixed. If I'm gonna still teach full time, I still have to find a way to manage things, and I thought that offering, a fall and spring would help me. So currently I've been just planning and seeing how that's going to work out. But anyways, just follow along as I go through and sew. Okay, so I've moved over to my singer, yeah, to my serger. Whew, it's a singer serger, but I moved over to my serger, and I'm going to start sewing the two t-shirts that I just cut out. Try to find my lovely pedal. And I have a Singer Pro Finish. It's used, but I absolutely love this machine. I bought it at a yard sale for $50. $50. I think it was $50. But I love it. It works really well. I'll turn the camera around. And one thing that you'll probably notice, and I know you're going to notice, is I really don't do a whole lot of pinning. I keep my pins handy, mostly just because I want that right there so that I can kind of weave in my ends. But I really don't do a whole lot of pinning, except for maybe the neckline where I really have to equal everything out. So you'll probably notice that. I love the serger because it really covers up a lot of mistakes, especially with knit. So that's kind of it. But yeah, I'm sewing 2 shirts and shouldn't take me too long. I will link where I got the pattern for this in the description below. I love purchasing her patterns. They work really well for sewing for my grandchildren. So if you like to sew or you enjoy sewing and you're looking for some patterns, she has some great ones. And she even offers she has her own YouTube channel, so she even does some great tutorials on there. So it's great. A lot of the things that I had were a lot of the things that I had to make patterns from for the grandbabies were things that they had really outgrown. So this was one of the reasons why I've stirred up a lot of dust over here. I can see it floating around. Probably why my allergies are so bad, but anyways. But yeah, if I have something that's I don't know what that was. But usually if I have something that's the correct size, I can generally take and make a pattern from it. But with them both growing, it's easier just to make them something that is a little bigger that they can grow into. And so I just went ahead and purchased a pattern, and they have been begging me for different things, especially when they start going through my fabric stash. So but I'm gonna go ahead and start getting these things ready and machine on and get the camera set. I don't know about that. I don't know. Just hear a lot of noise outside. Okay guys, so here's the finished product. Little shirt with a little hem, little edges, lettuce edge. I actually made a mistake and I forgot to change my settings for a rolled hem, but that's okay. It still came out okay. In the bottom, the only thing I don't like about this is I think that this is going to be really tight on her and she is not going to like it. I'll probably change the pattern up just a smidge so that it'll be just a little looser around the neck. So, but yeah, it's cute. Little 3T. It'll be really long on her so that it'll cover up the bottom leggings. I actually made her some leggings that are the same fabric, so it'll match that, and she likes to match, so go figure. And then that's just one of them. I'll have to finish up the other one, but generally to sew with a serger, go on cat. Generally to sew with the serger, it generally takes me about 15 minutes to complete one little t-shirt or a pair of leggings. So about 15, maybe 30 minutes tops. That's changing my settings depending on if I decide to finish up the bottoms, and I have done that before where I've rolled hem the edges before I start sewing anything else. But I didn't like the way that turned out. I do like doing the sleeve and then saving the bottom for last. And then the only thing that I have to, as far as my ends to weave in, would be just where I start at the sleeve and then the hem, and then that's it. Simple. I'll link below where I actually purchased my pattern. Like I said, I love her patterns, especially if there's something like you really don't know how to sew. She does do tutorials for quite a few things, so that's really great, because she does have a YouTube channel. But anyways, I've got a few things I've got to do today, and as far as cleaning up house, and friends supposed to come by and visit, so y'all have fun.